How's it going, everybody? This is today's update on what's going on in the marketing world. I've got a few topics here to discuss today, but first and foremost, Happy New Year. Hope you've all had a wonderful break and are ready to get stuck back into it with some big goals for 2022. So I'll jump right into it. The first most interesting part of one of Facebook's releases is it's introducing a privacy center. Now, that may not interest you whatsoever, but it's going to allow some really interesting insights as a business owner and as a marketer and as an individual as to what data Facebook and other advertisers have on you. So it's interesting. I don't think everyone has it yet, and it's probably still in beta for the most part. But essentially, the current version of the Privacy Center has 5 modules: security, sharing, collection, use, and ads. Ads is probably the most interesting part of this for me. It's already here, and I'll show you. It's actually over here. But it's interesting to be able to see what advertisers have on you, what interests you've been tagged with. So if you've ever wondered how targeting interests on Facebook work, you can literally go into your own ad preferences and see what Facebook has tagged you as interested in. And then if I try to target you with one of those interests, you'll likely see it. So that's the current version of Privacy Center. With the update, I assume they're just going to add more modules. They're going to add more transparency, and this obviously comes to light because Facebook have been hit really hard in the past and still probably will be with privacy, and so this is just adding more transparency to what they're doing. So let me jump into ad preferences really quick. So if you go to facebook.com/ad preferences /advertisers, I think this should come up, but otherwise just Google it. And what this will show you is advertisers you've seen most recently. So with that as well, you can go to things on the left here like ad topics, and you can choose to see fewer ads about these topics: alcohol, parenting, pets, social issues. I don't know why they've chosen those. I don't actually see much in the way of parenting at all. I see a few kind of high-level alcohol liqueur brands, what's the tequila brand? Patron, that's the one. Social issues, I see some, mostly with elections coming up. And then also ad settings. So you can look into ad settings and look at stuff like ads shown to me off Facebook, audience-based advertising, advertisers using your activity or information, categories used to reach you. So that's the interest. Let's jump into there really quick. This is probably the most interesting part of it. Interest categories. And so this is everything that Facebook thinks I'm interested in. Frank Kern, which is a marketer, Brendan Burchard, American Dental Association, Shopify, obviously being in e-commerce. And I can scroll through all of these, and there's a lot of different interests in here. One of the activities or exercises I do every now and again, it's probably twice a year, is I go through and I remove all of these interests. So if you ever get annoyed at always getting targeted for different ads or different categories of ads or interests, just go through here and spend time removing every single one of them. And I do that maybe once or twice a year to get the algorithm to relearn about what I'm interested in, and it's just an interesting exercise to see what ads I get served. So that's a really good insight into how interests actually work. Dog breed, Marvel Studios, human gastrointestinal tract. I don't know why it's hitting me for that. My bowel movements are absolutely fine. But anyway, next up on the list is an article on TechCrunch here, which is by Rebecca Lynn. After talking to marketing leaders for a year, here's my advice for CEOs. I'm just going to skip down to the point here, which is really obvious, but some really good stats on it as well. It's noisier than ever. In the year ahead, marketers expect a 40% year-on-year increase in the number of data sources they use, basically meaning that advertisers, business owners, large corporations are using more platforms more aggressively. According to Salesforce's 7th edition of Annual State of Marketing Report, of which they spoke to over 8,200 global marketers. This is most interesting. Purses are tightening. According to Gartner, which is a large research consulting firm, marketing budgets as a percentage of a company revenue fell to 6.4% in 2021 to 11%. So that's a fairly substantial decrease in advertising spend, which the firm reports this is the lowest proportion allocated to marketing in the history of Gartner's spend survey. So it's really interesting when you think about it, that especially in 2021, the amount being spent fell considerably, at least to, I'm not sure exactly what platforms I was spending on, but that would be very interesting to look at. Point number 3 is the ponds are overfished, which is pretty obvious. A decade ago, only 17% of the global ad spend went to the top 5 ad sellers: Google, Viacom, CBS, News Corp, Fox, Comcast, and Disney. Today, ad networks are much more crowded, with 46% of global ad spending taking place on the 5 top networks: Google, Facebook, Amazon, Alibaba, and ByteDance. ByteDance is TikTok, by the way. With this downward pressure on the efficiency of the marketing dollars, it's important to listen to customers, hugely important, stay curious, and remain open to wild ideas that may have the potential to break through. The wild ideas, which isn't so wild, by the way, that have the potential to break through for everyone here in Australia is TikTok. So don't sleep on it. This is your wake-up call. This is your opportunity. I'm not talking about TikTok organic marketing and going viral, of which I've got a pretty interesting story about that happened for us recently. I'm talking about getting involved and getting very comfortable with TikTok advertising, paying for TikTok ads the same way as you pay for Facebook ads. Over the past year, I've had dozens of conversations with leading marketers to ask them what's actually working for them and what crazy idea they tried seemed ridiculous at the time. So in the grand scheme of things, this is fairly obvious, but it's just really good to get some certainty around the fact that yes, there's a lot of attention in paid marketing. Yes, there's a lot of attention in social media marketing on the different platforms, your Facebook, Instagrams. There's never been a better time to diversify the channels that you market on as well. So as well as that, Instagram reintroduced its chronological feed. So I think now you have the option to be able to choose between whether you want to see posts that the algorithm thinks are most relevant to you and that have the most popularity, or whether you just want to see your Instagram feed as it's being posted. So if me and 5 other of your friends posted at 6 a.m., 7 a.m., 8 a.m., 9 a.m., and 10 a.m., then that's the sequence in which you'll see your Instagram feed. So I think that's a pretty interesting development and reverting back to a chronological feed. I think as a business owner, or some of the small business owners on Instagram, I assume that's probably going to work in your favor, because now whether or not you get traction or virality or engagement on your posts, if users go back to chronological feed, then it means that you have a higher chance of showing up in their feed for the most part, regardless of what you're posting and whether it's getting engagement. So I think it's a good thing for the small business owner. So a huge development we had as well is our e-commerce brand, Boss Pet Products. I put us onto TikTok on Tuesday, which was the 4th of January 2022, and we amassed just shy of 18,000 followers, just shy of 700,000 likes, and we've accumulated just north of 5 million views, which is just insane. So there is a huge opportunity on TikTok right now, especially here in Australia, where we tend to be a bit slower to adopt some of these new paid marketing platforms until we start to hear about more people having success, or until we start to hear more of our inner circles and social networks start to use it as well, and seeing more success with it. So again, this is a really good eye-opener to get very serious about TikTok. You don't necessarily have to go and post cute or funny dog memes or cat memes or anything like that. You just have to be present. You don't even have to have a TikTok account. Like, for example, my business account, Revel Lachlan, on here is, I'm just posting random stuff that I feel like posting. But, I'm generating anywhere from 4 to 5 qualified leads from TikTok a day for myself and the team. And I don't even have to have this TikTok platform. I don't even have to have this TikTok profile. So you can create these, what we call aliases, and you just put your logo and you come up with a name and you run your ad like that, as opposed to Facebook and Instagram. As you have to have those accounts to run the ads through. You don't have to do that on TikTok for now anyway. So definitely look into TikTok and get very serious. Just do a Google search for TikTok Ads Manager. Create an ads manager, create a business manager, and start to get familiar with the advertising platform. So that's all I have for you today, my friends. I hope you got some awesome insights from that. I hope you have some awesome plans for 2022 and you have some big goals and things are on track for you to hit those goals. As always, if you have any questions or if you want to have a chat about us running your ads or mentoring around Facebook or TikTok or anything like that, reach out. You can email me at info@rebellauckland.com, or you can just reach out to one of my social channels and I'll usually be there to respond. But you have a wonderful day and I'll talk to you soon. See you later.